Quick story time on trust. You need to be careful who you trust, who you allow in your life, and who you meet, especially on social media. So, quick story time. I remember when my daughter, I have an older daughter, and she wanted to sing. She is on Apple Music and all of that right now. And so she goes by Asher Evergreen, by the way, if you want to follow her. Anyway, a producer had hit her up on LinkedIn, and I remember I had this like weird feeling. And let me tell you, I put my children's birth certificates away. Like, they are never misplaced. But here, I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because it just rose up in me to like warn someone out there. If you're trying to make it within the music industry, TV realm, whatever it is, be cautious who you meet. Not everyone who says they do this or that does this or that. They're out there trafficking a lot of women and men and young boys, young girls. Be cautious. So my daughter responds back. She would filter everything through me and her father. By this time, I forgot what company he was with, but if I look it up, I know that I can find it. And we met via Zoom. We met through via Zoom, and then we ended up with some contracts. And so the good thing, my discernment is always on key, okay? And so we met with my lawyer friend, and I'm like, you know what? I just don't feel like something is off. So my daughter had other producer friends, and they're like, I don't know, I mean, it sounds legit, but then it doesn't. So these people were actually in Trinidad, but he was living in New York City. So he allowed about several months to go by. My daughter's music was getting produced in Trinidad, like just mastered out there and all of that stuff. So this guy literally builds a relationship so you can trust. My discernment was always still like, but I was always in the mix. And then suddenly something goes wrong. And by the first year goes by, and we're like, okay, he's putting out her music, and suddenly, we need her to fly out to Trinidad. Absolutely not, sir. My daughter will be going nowhere. But you see, my daughter then had a relationship like, you know what? I trust this guy. It's fine. It's going to be okay. I did not. Listen to me. God intervened in such a mighty way. So I remember going to the box to look for her birth certificate just to see, are her documents like all together? She's going to need a passport. I never felt the full okay, but when you have, a young adult like on you, now mind you, I believe she was already over the age of 18, or she was over the age of 21, maybe 8. No, she was already over. I think she was like 20. I don't know. But listen to me. Like, God totally intervened. So I never misplaced. I have 4 children. And so I never misplaced their birth certificates, nothing like that. Can you believe that when we go to find her birth certificate, it is missing? I was like, oh my gosh. So my daughter was born in New York City. And so we go looking everywhere for it, because now I'm like, well, I just need to find your birth certificate at this point. And looked everywhere, and the guy, my husband spoke. My husband's like, I'm not comfortable. No, you could trust us. It's going to be okay. She's not going to be alone. Listen, God spared her life, okay, and our mental state, because her birth certificate went missing. I go online, I order a new birth certificate. I don't know what happened to the state of New York vital records, but it literally took 4 months to get her birth certificate here where I'm at in the Midwest now. And so I was like, months are going by this point. And I sit with my lawyer. He's like, something is not right. Sit with other people. No, something isn't right. We lost the interest. Thank God my daughter lost the interest. Let me tell you something. If you are trying to make it out there, your life is not worth it. Do not go anywhere trying to seek anything from anyone. If they want to fly you anywhere, we are living in horrible, cruel times. God only knows what would have happened to my daughter out there. She's now 27, going on 28 years old. She is married, having a baby now, family. That would have not happened. I felt it deep within my spirit that none of that would have taken place if we would have let her go. My mama heart is so sore out there for those mamas who are battling with their young adults who want to do what they want to do. Intervene. Put your foot down. I have saved her life more than once because of the music industry. And let me tell you something. Pray discernment over yourself, over your family, over your children, and just watch God move. Like, God will do it. Like, he will spare your child's life. Intervene as a parent.